All right, welcome back, Snapchat. It's time for stage 3. All right, so stage 3 of your awakening is escape from the idea of perfection. It is through human consciousness that you have these thoughts that you need to be perfect in order for you to be adequate in the thing you're doing. That's not true. Now, this is a stage that even I struggle with working a lot with. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people will, but I haven't focused on this because I'm still working on my stage 2. But for stage 3, you need to avoid the idea of perfection. The problem with perfection is it's the human mind trying to grasp as if the yin and yang is a full black and a full white. You cannot, because there's nothing that's all good and there's nothing that's all bad. I mean, unless you're talking about God and the devil, but those are existential concepts that we as humans just can't grasp. We can probably get it from the Bible. We could probably get it from the Quran, the Tripitaka. It doesn't matter. But we're all imperfect. We're not gods. Now, some of you may say that perfect is just a relative term for I want to be good. I want to be good in whatever I do, right? That's your ego, bro. Now, talking about perfection, a lot of people will tend to get into sports, or they'll get into e-gaming, or they'll whatever the heck it is. They're going to find competitors, some that are better than them, some people that are not, or some people that are doing the same work, but for some reason in your mind you think, damn, they're doing a lot better than I am. That person's not, but that person definitely is. So you have a gauge in your mind what you consider to be perfect, using your surroundings and using your ego to kind of identify that. Now, if you've been listening to all my ego talks, then you can now identify what this is. And I'm not going to go on the same spiel and bore you guys with the same ego talk that I talk about all the time, because now I think you know it. But now, trying to become perfect and trying to transcend yourself as if you are in the place of a god is wrong. You are not a god. Whether you want to try and be one, you are not a god. However, you have the creationary abilities of a god. That's very powerful. Why do I stress so heavily on perfection? Well, perfection is the easiest way for me to basically say you're deceiving yourselves. You are deceiving yourself if you think that for some reason anything that you can add or contribute somehow makes it more perfect than what it already is. It can be anything, even your emotions. It doesn't matter. There is no such thing as perfect. What you consider to be perfect is only perfect to you. That you need to escape through your self-deception in order to transcend out of that mindset that, some things you won't be good at, some things you will be good at, some things you might even be so proud of. But then somebody else could look at it and just be like, where's that? Sometimes we get so excited on what we're doing, and ironically, the energy that we keep trying to force onto whatever we're trying to change to make it perfect begins to do the exact opposite. You're no longer making it perfect, and eventually it's kind of like when you make a good drawing, but then you keep adding lines. And then eventually those lines become shaders, and you're like, wow, so let me add some more shaders. Then all of a sudden, you just blacked out your whole thing. Then you're like, damn, it was so good. What happened? When you physically and mentally exhaust yourself, then all of a sudden, the quality of your work becomes exhausted as well. So the amount of energy that you put into it needs to stay consistent, and once you start seeing it decline, that's the time that I would basically say to stop. That's done. You're done. It's like if you try to work out while you're really, 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 really sore. You're not helping yourself. You're just trying to build up stamina then. You're not trying to get gained. All in all, if you're trying to be perfect, just know you're not God. You're not the devil. You're a demigod, because you can create things. Now go create some. All right, guys, so we've escaped the ego. We've escaped the idea of self-indulgence, and we've escaped the idea of perfection. Now comes patience. That comes next time.